What up, everybody? Happy Friday. I would like to welcome you guys to the newest show, Bourbon with a Splash of Sports, and we are your hosts. I am T Rock. To my left, Will I am.
What's up? What's up?
To my right, the Don.
Know it.
And to my far right, Ron G. And we are here to discuss the topics of sports and enjoy some bourbons at the same time.
First of all, I want to give a round of applause to the newest member, Ron G. What's going on, sir? Welcome, welcome, welcome. 54 Sports Network. You know, we always looking to bring new talent in and all that kind of stuff like that. So we're gonna have fun today, and we're gonna talk about some stuff like interesting stuff that I hope you can, you comment, join in, disagree, agree. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. Don, let's get rocking and rolling. What you got for us today, my brother?
Oh man, today, on this Good Friday, will be drinking some Mr. and Mrs. by, you already know, the one and only Russ Smith, Louisville legend. So right now, I'm just gonna pour it. We're drinking. This is the Louisville legend bottle with 55%. 110 proof. Yeah, y'all know. I don't play when it comes to bourbon.
Get another hair on my chest.
Man. So
I'm gonna get another grade.
Well, they come all the time. I wake up in the morning like, what?
Yeah. Didn't I just say?
Man. So any of y'all need some ice before I start pouring?
Well, no, I mean,
Okay, now we can go straight neat.
Yeah.
I don't want to do these. I got ice, but
I mean, straight neat. Just get y'all together. Get y'all good. Get y'all ready to sip a little bit. You know, be practicing back in my bartender skills.
Okay.
back in the day,
Red.
Okay.
I was a mixologist.
Some of that red. Some of that red.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a mighty one.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's the same.
I don't know.
What if I said a couple little drops out here? Yeah, it's good, right?
Hey, Doc. Hey. Doctor. We ain't sign up for that.
So, Russ.
Russ, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Russ, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Let me see what he's hitting on here. See what he's talking about.
What we need to do, man.
What some facts on this here.
So, right. Let me tell y'all a little something about this. Of course, everybody knows, of course, ball handling, his skills, they did win the 2013 national championship.
2013.
They did win it. It happened.
Russ Dickless.
Yeah, it happened. Mm-hmm.
I seen it.
Yes, you did. And, he has a full-time passion, he says. He's labored the love for all things bourbon, whiskey, and Louisville basketball. He's a Brooklyn native. Basketball, he came to Louisville back in 2010 and has been married, making the bourbon ever since. After ball, hey, he went to his passion.
I wonder how many people, especially his brothers, and family members, that he told that, hey, this is what I'm doing. Because that is a hell of a come up. You got your own bourbon, 7 years sitting. I don't know if I've been quiet on that, bro. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, because that's all that, man. 7 years sitting.
Yeah.
Just wait.
The other thing about the liquor game, though, is that, if you talk about marketing, everything's in the future. You know what I'm saying? You can't have nothing ready right now. Everything you're thinking about, okay, we'll be selling that in a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? So it's good that he went and learned from the best, because you can wait 3 years for some BS. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Yes, sir. Yeah, your stuff will be having dust on it.
yeah, right. At the bottom of the bar, in the back. Roaches don't even want it.
So it's that tight, tinted, that brown, that caramel looking brown. I mean, it's a little tinted.
Okay.
Golden eye.
All right, a golden eye. Where
Golden eye.
can I sip this, man?
You got the golden eye.
All right, but then we're gonna nose it.
Okay,
We're gonna nose
okay.
it. See what you getting from it. See what you getting from it.
The alcohol is,
Yeah.
It's 50, I mean,
Yeah.
it's 110.
110.
Yeah,
I mean,
you don't get the
I
alcohol.
smell. Wait a minute. I smell a little pineness.
Some of that leather.
Yeah.
But see, I'm getting, you smell a little caramel.
Yeah.
Caramel.
Yeah.
Little,
He said,
I smell.
"Clear the sinus
I about
right
to-
up
I
with
about
it."
to-
yeah.
I smell a lot
I
of
mean,
stuff for the
it
first time.
is Kentucky in them. Got a little vanilla,
Okay.
vanilla bean.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta
Look,
Yeah, you got
Ron G was.
set that boy up there. Let's get a sip of that. Let's get a sip of
Okay.
that. Hey,
Oh, y'all coming? Y'all just had to come? Oh, guess what?
Burger and Slash.
I got you.
Okay. Not bad. Not bad.
Like, don't.
Because
Like,
110.
you gotta let it.
You ain't let
marinate
it get
a
the
bit.
first sip. You gotta let that alcohol.
Don't rush it.
Burn that off.
Yeah, like-
because the alcohol get the numbness where the flavor's not overpowered.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Okay.
Don't rush it down. So, what's the taste you taste? One more thing.
It's sweeter. It's sweeter than I thought it would be.
Smooth. It's definitely smooth. I thought it was going to have a bigger bite at 110.
Yeah, I did too.
It's just the heat.
Yeah.
Instead of the bite, it's just got the heat.
Heat.
The heat's a little
Yeah.
bit more.
Right.
It lingers a little bit
So,
more.
see, I'm tasting some little butterscotch.
You got the
Little caramel.
I ain't got that in mind. What is-
Caramel.
Wait a minute.
Butterscotch.
Ooh. Oh, wait a minute. That's a little Lucky Charms in there.
Look at little caramel. A little vanilla.
Say caramel. We
I
talking
love
about
vanilla.
Yeah, definitely vanilla.
Some vanilla.
the vanilla I pick up on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vanilla.
See the sweetness. Then I'm going to take it to that afternoon sitting on grandma's, like the windowsill, the apple pie. Give it a little sweet taste of it.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't fit on
well,
my grandma's
I got
windowsill. I don't fit on there. So
It reminds me of Life. The movie Running for the House. Getting shot down.
you know,
Burning your fingers, standing
Man.
on the bottles and shit. Apple pie.
But then, okay, so then you gotta taste what's the finishing. What's your finish of it? What you feeling?
Hot.
Give me that hug.
Yeah, it's hot.
Hot.
The heat.
the heat does it not. It's not really.
But,
We
But
trying
just
to
get
we trying
that-
to gain your palate.
Yeah, you know.
With the apple.
but see, I'm getting it like the lingering of the
Yeah.
butterscotch though. That's what just kind of it buttery. Like it just
Mm,
lingers
let
there
me
for a little
see.
bit.
Let me see.
Yeah, because like back in here maybe.
Up.
But right back in there.
That candy in my grandma's purse was broke.
Uh,
Them butterscotch ain't this.
Those
Butterscotch,
working.
come on, man. That butterscotch always
Wasn't working.
faithful.
That butterscotch.
Mama was always faithful with that butterscotch. Boy.
Correct.
But,
It's not bad though.
Okay.
No, it's not bad.
No, it's not bad. Like I said, it's smoother than what I thought it was.
And I see
We
you.
see you, Russ.
I see you, Russ. Okay, I got you.
We see you.
I see you.
Wow. Okay. Well.
Oh.
Yeah. We see you, Russ.
Volume down.
That's cool. All right. So let's get
Jump
into some
into
stuff, man. Let's
Yeah.
get
What's going on?
into some questions and things like that. This week, what we get? This week. Too many schools in Jefferson County causing sports to be watered down. How do you rectify? And is it fair to add sports when schools cannot afford it or, lack support or resources? This is it really hits home to me because, it's what we do. It's one of the things that we do as far as cover high school sports, middle school sports. We had a middle school champion on Wednesday, you know what I'm saying, from JCTMS. But time and time again, you see sports being added, and to me, it just kind of rubs me a little wrong way, rubs me the wrong way, just because I know that some of these schools that have these big sports that you know of can't even get the support, right? So you basically have to have enough students, enough backing for that, and they only have for basketball, football. As I jumped into that, I'm gonna back up a little bit. The watered down part. Is this too many schools? Is this too many high schools that do not have enough people in it? I know that personally that Louisville is one of the cities that is really big in high school. It's always like when you meet somebody, it's not like what college you go to, what college you graduate from. It's always about what high school. What high school, you know what I'm saying? So we love our high school big time. It is bar none. But when you see some of these high schools that only have 200, 300, 100, what are we doing? Maybe it's one sport that they excel in, right? Or have enough players to ball. But they don't have enough for the other ones. When you see on the sidelines that, like, back in the day, and I hate to do this, but back in the day, pretty much everybody was in 4A type stuff. Mm-hmm. It wasn't all broken down all the time, right? So that's different now. And it's based on how many enrollment. But then when you go to these games, it's not enough people at these games supporting. So you're eating the cost. You're definitely losing money. You got some of these schools that pretty much are right around the corner from each other. Put them together. Do whatever. I mean, I know some feelings will be hurt, but we had some schools back in the day that no longer exist. Bishop Davis was one of the best ones, right? Mm-hmm. Cut, whatever. Going to something else. I get it, I understand. And I don't want to call some schools out, and you know who it is. Y'all know these schools. Y'all have been to these games. Y'all have seen the lack of cars even in the parking lot when you're driving past the school on a school day. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I just think when you have that problem and lack of support, how we continue to bring them in and then building fields when there's 10, 15 players on the field. I don't know how we getting with that budget with that. That's cool.
It's like gambling, though.
Yeah. Why you say that?
Because, it's one of those, I think it's a philosophy, you got to spend money, make money.
True.
You know what I'm saying? If you build an attractive brand new field that's going to bring, players that are going to play, the problem is that Jefferson County is starting to get away from the 60 segregation stuff where kids from cross town go to these other schools. A lot of getting now, basically, they put them in bunches. I can't remember what they call them. And it's basically you can almost go to your neighborhood school now. Right. Essentially, you do go to your neighborhood school now, and that's part of the whole issue. And then if your home school, let's say, is a smaller school, that was smaller, but you go in with the intent of playing a particular sport. Do you really want to go to that school? No, you try to use grandma and them's address to try to get to go to somewhere else.
Right, grandma, somebody.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, to get to somewhere else. So, I think there's got to be some incentive other than we're going to build you a brand new field. The Field of Dreams, we will build it. They will come.
Even in e-sport, they have dabbled in there. You got a lot of high school schools that do e-sport. You even got them even building a new thing at Western to attract that. Perfect. But what's that number going to look like when all these other schools have it too? And I guess that's next down the pipe, right? So if you have the traditions, if you got St. X, you got e-gaming, mail, manual, it's still going to rear its head because my thing is I can do e-sport. I love e-sport. I want to do gaming. But maybe I want to play another sport too. What I'm going to get the support. I mean, I go past Western all the time.
I think too. I think the effect has been different depending on where you were in the scale before they changed it. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of schools maybe at 1A, 2A, they might be getting, they might actually support might have gone up because now that they compete more with schools on their level, because a lot of them schools were the schools getting pounded.
Right.
Yeah. In them early season matchups,
right.
We just trying to get them on out of the way, 40 to nothing, get them out of here. So people are not going to invest when every game is 35 to nothing, 41 to 3. People are not investing. So I think on that lower end, they plan getting each other. So it's like, okay, some of them schools ain't never had a win. Winning record was that was it. Now they 10 win, 11 win season. So I think at that end, it might have done some good. But I think at the higher end, it split a lot of schools that was used to playing.
Right.
Central, I would say, is a big example of that. Where Central, you see the schools they play before they get into district and all that kind of stuff. I mean, but then with the same schools they were playing when it was only 4 divisions. It's the same school. So, but now the levels ain't the same, so they might get the result before they start against the 3A competition one way. Then when they get into 3A, it's something else. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to speak ill of Central.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's just when you split it up, there was no way really to make it even.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got the county schools, which is just different than the city schools. Just how they do things, it's just gonna be different. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like
private schools always gonna have that advantage in it too.
there you go.
Yeah, right. Built in.
Private schools with a lot of tradition. Because even then, the schools that may have started getting signed when you split it up, I mean, you still gotta build it up though.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You mean male, saying that. I mean, people second, third generation of us being good, of us being one of them people. When you just come in 2 or 3 years, people are not even used to having to occupy a Friday with a football game because they so used to not going. You see what I'm saying?
And then when you look at, let me go back on the field. I'm happy. I mean, finally my school is going to get a field.
God is able.
Big time. Manuel's going to get theirs. And they also, like the Don said on the show or whatever, that they're going to go ahead and remodel that whole thing. That's coming down the pipe too. So that's an extra $2 million or whatever. Yeah. My whole thing is when you build this and it's still the same results and the enrollments are still messed up, then you have the people saying, okay, well, how come we ain't paying teachers? Why are we investing in this? And they got 20 people on the team. They got 25 people in the stands. Yeah. And I get it. Let's attract the track. But if you got the list of it and you know who is the football dog, you're not going to want to still go to this school because they got everybody. See, now everybody has a field. That's not going to draw me in.
Right.
That's not going to draw me in because you got a new field. And you spend money on that because I can go right here. They got the same field, better tradition.
Just not different. Just different.
Yeah.
But it's funny as we were saying that about attendance and support and everything else about the community or the parents or whatever else supporting the child at the games.
Right.
I've seen a classic, just example of this today. Somebody put it on Facebook before I left home because the Valley girls about to play PRP tonight. And she was saying how sad it was of PRP, as in they had no support there for their girls, playing for the district title.
Right.
And Valley side, she said Valley side was packed.
Right.
I mean, that's just sad that, hell, you're not going out to support your daughters or granddaughters or nieces or whatever else.
Cousin.
Yeah,
like
but your Friday nights, that busy.
Well, nobody likes to go see a losing team. Well, but the funny thing is this, because what we did on the show yesterday, PRP beat Valley.
Yeah.
So you have a chance to win the district championship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you see 11-13 versus 22-5, they beat them before at Valley, so it's like they're not going to be scared of it. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And I get it. I get it, but it is what it is, and it's kind of sad. And like I said, you bring it in flag football. I don't know. Why not? I mean, and I know they have to buy in, all this kind of stuff, but why not have it at every school? I mean, I know it's a fee or whatever they have to do, but if you want to go ahead and get the young ladies involved in that besides volleyball, softball, basketball, track, that's cool. Do it. It's a fall sport. It's not going to take that long. You had about 8 schools or maybe a little bit more, like almost like a palette, right? Yeah. So if I'm somebody who's been playing with my brothers and I go to Iroquois and Iroquois don't have it, I'm gonna leave if I can. Maybe I run track and I'm 4-2. Somebody's gonna say, "Hey, we can put it on this because now this is gonna be sanctioned and we can do whatever." So if you don't have these sports, you're gonna lose more people. It's just too many schools. I mean, it is because then you don't have to worry about all this stuff. But then if you do say, okay. This school A has 600, school B has 200, 150, 75, you close it down. Now you're gonna spend money buying these fields. How can you explain that?
Well, it will just compound because I mean you got to think there's not a lot of schools that could take another school worth of people into the school.
I don't
We
know.
have a lot of schools.
I don't know.
I feel like we got a lot of sort of work. We ain't got a lot of ballots.
No.
And what I'm saying, but if you go to a lot of other cities, they got multiple ballots. You see what I'm saying?
And that's the problem. We got too many schools.
Yeah.
And when you go to like say Iroquois and they may consider like 500 to 600, and they got 170 whatever, Dows 200 something, you can combine that. You know what I'm saying? You can do that. My thing is, and like we said before, like you hitting on, you have like Lexington schools got like 5 to 6 high school regular students. Jefferson County have like 28, 20 something, 26, something crazy. It doesn't make sense.
Not counting a lot of private.
I'm talking about revenue.
Yeah. For instance, Shawnee, I can speak to this from years ago. They had a whole floor they weren't even using. As a matter of fact, that floor hadn't been used since the 80s. And how I know that? Because we went up there, somebody wrote 1984 or something on the chalkboard. A whole floor they weren't even using. It was like a storage. So there are schools big enough. It's just how to combine said schools.
Right.
To get people to, you know what I'm saying, get people that.
A whole first floor?
Oh yeah, they have the whole third floor. Like
Okay.
no. Now they might be using it now. I don't know, but they had a whole floor not used because they just didn't have enough students.
And everybody wants to be a pilot.
Not everybody wants to be a pilot, but you know what I'm saying. Like it starts. I feel like it just starts off with you know what I'm saying. If you get 1 maybe 2 years of a sport that's good, and I think more people would kind of students would kind of flock there because of where you know what I'm saying something like that.
So do you go ahead and cancel some of these sports to build up the other ones? I mean, you don't want to do that, but when you see that, doing that we do the no cap show football, basketball, that you see that some of these schools only play like 8 basketball games, 6 basketball games. What are they doing? Everybody else is playing 20, 30.
Yeah.
It's like.
But just to add to that, though, what you also see if you're not careful is that if you're not going to commit to the sport.
Right.
So if you got coaches quitting 3 weeks before the season starts.
Yeah.
You go on Max Prep looking for somebody's schedule. They got 5 games on the schedule. This thing starts next month. It's like y'all just slapping this together like you just trying to put something out there right quick just so you can say you got a team. I mean, that's not commitment, and it's not fair.
Right.
Whether it's boys or girls sports, that's not fair because they still gonna work hard in practice. They still gonna have to do the dual. You know what I'm saying? Going to school, practice, doing all that extra. They making that commitment, but you can't just we just want to throw a team out there, but we not gonna commit. Our coaches ain't gonna take it seriously. The administration not gonna take it seriously.
Yeah, and plus
Not
I
fair
think
to the kids.
it's going to help on the top end of everything too, because obviously they're going to get a new superintendent. We're going to see how that rolls. And at the same time, I think it's also if they say they do condense schools or get rid of schools or whatever that looks like, that's probably going to help with a lot of this whole busing stuff that they've been dealing with too.
Right.
So,
Right.
but then you're going to get probably get the right kids in the right school at some point.
All right, let's go on and move on, man. Let's get what we doing, Don. What's the deal? What we got next, brother?
I mean, what we can talk about. I'm saying that he has 11 different, as they call it.
I thought we was gonna drink some more, man. You giving us going to school, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm
Different. Yes, I can't even get it out of there. There's 11 different, let's say brands, but
11 different varieties.
varieties, I guess you would say. So you got traditional Kentucky Anna.
Okay.
You got White Tree Oak,
Mm-hmm.
the Veal Limited Edition,
In addition,
the Vow, as in Tennessee Vow Club, the 1794 batch. You have the Louisville Legend, as we're drinking. You have a Louisville Legend 107 proof. 107 proof, 1012, and 110.
Mm.
You have the Gold Standard, the Green Oak Tree Rye. This is rye brand, and TBT single brand. So, yeah.
interesting. Is those paying TBT? Russ is paying them, trying to sell them bottles, pay them players. You see where he's coming back.
He's doing.
Russ
Yeah, he's
is
already
gonna-
committed.
Yeah,
Already committed.
Yeah, he's committed, so that'll be cool.
He said trying to get some more different ones to come back in.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
do something.
Like,
Not for mine,
you
y'all.
can't get beat by them again this year.
Yeah, they're a little bit more talented.
You got to get a little more effort, is what it was.
Yeah, they said a little bit more young and talented.
Montrez was just out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trezor like he was in a contract year.
Well, yeah.
He was out taking my time. I can't hate on him.
Kentucky
But-
squad was deep.
Yeah, I can't hate on him.
It was.
It's a lot
Still don't like him.
Well, I mean, but
That goes without
okay.
saying.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Come on now.
I forget
Come
his
on
line.
now. That's an everyday thing.
Oh,
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
So what's the next one? Will we knocking this down?
Yeah,
and
we just
putting water in
sipping.
the
We
next
just sipping. We didn't even
Oh,
bring
okay.
the tip of water.
okay.
I'm gonna put some more in mine. So I can say I'm sipping like y'all. It look like three
I
people
know,
are sipping and one is drinking. So
You
let me
see, I'm
take it.
trying to be like, hey,
Yeah,
what,
let me do
is
this like that, and then I'm
are we doing it?
I'm gonna make
we
it
got
last
meat,
like
are we
y'all
doing
yeah,
with water? We got no ice today.
Right.
No, so I got a bucket.
Yeah, but
the bucket's right there. That's right.
That's okay.
On the counter.
Okay, we'll put
Episode 3, we'll have a little bit more on that. But episode 1 was Trump talk.
Yeah.
We lost a couple of questions, so we
Yeah.
just rock and roll. So all right, let's see. Let's go ahead and
happy
go
sometimes.
to the next one. Let's go.
Oh, Josh, this is an easy one for me.
I know
Josh Allen wins the NFL MVP. Given or earned, should Lamar have won it? In my opinion, of course, he should win it. But I understand what's at work here.
Okay.
You always got a voter fatigue. Be perfectly honest with you, Josh Allen had a better year last year, and Lamar got it last year. And I feel like this year they just kind of felt like we give it to Lamar again. You see what I'm saying? I just feel like I just feel like they. I won't say a makeup call, but it did kind of feel like a makeup call to me because it was too many firsts and evers for Lamar not to get first quarterback ever throw for 4,000 rush for over 900 yards, first to have over 40 touchdowns, less than 5 picks. It just
Best season, right?
It just looked too much.
It was actually probably his
Yeah,
best
just a
season.
little bit too many.
When you say that, Ron, when you say it's probably his best statistical.
Oh
season.
yeah, and this was the first year you could tell that the defensive coordinators and secondary players were concerned about his arm.
Yeah.
They were concerned
Yeah.
about that. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because truth be told, they still didn't run the football like they were supposed to, and Derrick Henry still had a ridiculous amount of yards. They didn't run like they were supposed to. Ain't no telling
you know what?
1900.
I agree with you. I think, being that he already won it twice, and they just couldn't give it to him.
They couldn't do it.
3 out of what? 7 years? 3 out of 7 years? Something like that? As far as him playing?
Yeah.
Josh Allen, you hit on the head. He had a better stat-wise season the year before. And Lamar and them busted him in the regular season. Because it's supposed to be regular season. Right? Even though Buffalo had a better regular season record, we seen the game. You can't erase that. And it is fatigue. Oh my God. He may not win another one until he goes to the Super Bowl. I mean, that's how people are, and it's so crazy because you can say that because the vote was supposed to stop, but, things kind of happen kind of strangely in a way. But Lamar had a hell of a season. But, he and I bet you if he was sitting right here, I wish he was, LJ, he would tell you, hey, I need to get to that Super Bowl. I need to win the Super Bowl. And that's the MVP I want.
Right? And it's gonna go. It will be like over through the next year because since they do stop the vote and since they announced it before, it's like once he go to the Super Bowl, now people look at the regular season different.
Oh yeah.
Because right now it's like he's balling so hard during the regular season, people almost like this.
Right. I mean, yeah, Patrick Mahomes could have won it 3 to 4, 5, 6 times in a row, like type stuff. Fatigue. fatigue. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I'm tired. Give it to him. But I just wanted, I'm going to say this. I just want to make sure, you know, and I know this is kind of going to a different way. I just need you to have that same energy when he sucks. Talking about Josh. You need to go ahead and bring it out because even in that Baltimore game, it wasn't his best game either. I'm just going to say that. But hey, Josh, hey, he got it. You got you one. Now we got to make sure some of these other guys get it, I guess. Spread it around. Spread that love around.
Stats, though, on that. I mean, you compare the stats to what they get
Oh.
from each other.
Yeah.
You got Lamar, 4,172 pass yards. You got Josh Allen, 3,731. Completion ratings, 66 to 63 Lamar. Yards per attempt, you got 8.8 to 7.7. Passing touchdowns, Lamar won by a mile wide.
Now, why?
41 to 28. Both of them doing interceptions. Lamar 4, Josh 6. Passing rate, 118 to 101. Rush yards.
It's going to back him up. It's going to back him up.
915 rush yards for Lamar. 531 for Josh Allen. And that's what obviously rush touchdown because we've seen Josh Allen get more rush touchdowns, but Lamar had Derek Henry right there. It's Derek Henry right there.
Derek Allen.
Yeah, I was
Who that cat?
He had him back there, so he didn't.
Wait a minute.
That's that next dude right
No,
there.
that's that Russ Dickless creeping on the back of his neck. That's that Russ and Bourbon on the back of the neck. They got him put names together.
So yeah, that guy.
That guy.
Yeah, I agree with everybody. Yeah, statistically, he had a much better season, but again, I think roles were reversed. I think they realized it through the seasons, like, you know, we messed up. We should have gave Josh Allen this last year. So now we have to, like I said, somebody.
It's rectified, right?
We got to make this right. Now, I'm sure other people have different views of this, but they would be wrong.
Yeah,
They
man.
would absolutely be wrong about this.
Not bad. Ain't nothing like that Mac.
Yeah, that was an easy
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one.
one.
But no, but it had to be done. And kind of like how you said, let's go and get that out the way. Big time.
Yeah.
So basically, if your team is the best team minus Kansas City as far as record, your quarterback has a chance to win. Pretty much. I mean, that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. That's good. That's good. We're not gonna go into that. We're not gonna get into that. We're not gonna.
So,
Y'all need to go ahead and tighten up, man. Tighten up.
all right. So Russ,
I already made it.
this bourbon's in 67 stores in Louisville.
I bet it ain't at the one down. No.
Bright.
67
Oh,
stores.
It's right at Brights.
It might be, but all 11 of them ain't. That's what I know.
And if it is, you might be lucky because that bottle might be signed.
Yeah.
I do have one signed bottle in a little picture of Russ. He was at a particular spot that I
We're sure.
got a bottle of. Yeah.
I got a bottle of
Hey.
Bill at home.
Check this out. Let's do this real quick before we go to the next two. I don't know. I got a bad. Y'all know I got a bad. Russ Smith. Give me one thing, one game, one highlight, one something that stood out to you his career at Louisville. I know this is on the spot. Y'all know how I do it. It is what it is. Something that you can take it either way. Something that you knew that he was a baller, something that stood out to you, a game, but whatever. Something that you knew that guy was a guy. That he belongs up in that rafter type stuff. You know, anyhow you want to do it.
Tenacity. He was relentless.
Good word.
Absolutely relentless. You know what I'm saying? There's two things you knew he was going to do. He was going to be out there and hustle his butt off, and he was not going to pass him on. Those are the two things.
Lord Jesus. We're trying to get
What
Russ
is
to sign us a bond.
I'm just saying. It's not a secret. You know what I'm saying? But he was a hawk. He was a hawk on that ball. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I liked about it.
I mean, he was nonstop. He was going an engine that just kept going. I mean, I just remember that. Who was it? He dunked on the Kentucky game.
Who, Randall?
Julius Randle. He dunked on Julius Randle.
You can't leave them out of the game. You cannot.
I didn't even realize.
That's okay. No, it's a great highlight. No,
But
right.
it was so lovely. It just, gosh. But Russ, yeah. I mean, it
He was
just.
the only one that came to play that day too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
he did. He did get Kentucky 1 year though, didn't
Yeah.
he?
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Big time.
All right.
Man, to me, it's crazy because you said that he didn't, in the past. I think when he came, and he didn't until Rick convinced him, hey, you need to be a point guard. And that game he had about 15, 13, whatever assists, and it was killing.
Oh
It was killing. Dude's a scorer. You know what I'm saying? I think that whole season, what would it look like if you really trusted the other point guards his senior year? I mean, we had the game against Kentucky. Kentucky came back and won that. But if you really had somebody that you could say here, that you trust and let Russ go off.
Yeah.
Russ could have scored 30.
Yeah.
He could have
Terry Rozier at the time.
Yeah, but he wasn't trusting.
No. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
that's
it was Terry.
Yeah,
Was
Terry.
Chris on that? Was Chris Jones on that squad?
Left 15.
No, he wasn't 15. He was okay. 14. It was after we won championship.
The 14 was
Terry wasn't on that.
no.
No, he wasn't on that. Luke and him was, of course, in Montrez. I'm trying to think of
It was almost the same squad.
Almost.
It was almost the same.
Almost.
With the exception of what Peyton.
Peyton. Yeah. Like if you had it and let him go off, it's different. Yeah. It looks different. You know what I'm saying? Let him do what he got to do. He's going to take care of it. And besides that game, what was it? Was it SMU? Somebody threw up in the bucket or something at the game. It went off.
Yeah.
For me, Russ was he had an old school quality to his game. Like, he reminded me of a dude. It was like he was playing park ball and organized ball. I mean, he get to the rim, he just little flips and little stuff like that. But anybody who's played park ball, played with them guys, that's hard to guard guys like that. It really is. And a lot of that part of the game is lost now with analytics and all this other stuff, where it's like threes, dunks, you go into the hole, but just really trying to work and get that little.
Yep.
I mean, he manufactured a basket. I know Rick was so many times. No. Yes. I know there's a lot of that, but I mean, Russ.
Real quick. This always played my mind real quick on this one. Do you think that nickname cost him a legitimate shot?
Ridiculous.
No. I think it's politics just up in the NBA.
What I'm saying, because they look at that stuff. Why would you call him ridiculous?
That's
what I'm saying.
That's a decent question. Actually, I personally think it's a combination of one, size.
Yep, big time.
And two, he didn't get picked up by a team that needed him bad enough to let him go out there and be Russ. Right. He was like, as good as he was, it was like, yeah, but we call you up, but now you like 8th, 9th, 10th man.
Right.
So he's not really getting a chance to sign. You see what I'm saying? But if they just let him, if he had gone to a team that needed what he was and had to let him play, once they saw it long enough, somebody would have got him.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody would have got him. And he would have been, it wouldn't have been no 8th, 9th, 10th. It would have been 6
It's not
man.
always a question of talent.
It's not exactly.
It's not, because
Exactly.
if that was the case,
Exactly.
Dewan Wheat would have had a great time in the league.
Oh, Lord.
But
Oh,
again,
fit.
it's size. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And when he got in there, he was a double-digit guy. You know what I'm saying? So couldn't nobody guard him. But politics and size. So,
That is true. All right, let's get to this next question. I got you. How does NIL affect the smaller sports?
Okay, so basically, I think it affects them in a major way. And what's funny is now, I think earlier tonight we were just talking about how we're getting Louisville's getting a lacrosse team now. They got a hockey team now and all this stuff. So I think in that sense, some monies that are being brought in, especially by the football team, is helping some of these other smaller sports start. But you still have to pay the players who are going to be there. And that's the catch, I think. You know what I mean? So, and it's unless you're really good at a particular sport in your school, NIL is going to be much harder to come by. Louisville's not known for having a great, let's say, soccer team. At one point, yes. You know what I'm saying? Not really much anymore. And now you got to pay these kids to come in and play. You used to get kids from California and all that kind of stuff. Now you got to pay these kids to come and play. And the money is just not the same as, to go to Louisville as if you can go to, a UCLA or something like that and, and play it that way. Because, again, it's the priorities of said schools, with the bigger schools to do that. Now, as far as, because everybody's not going to have, every sport is going to be good. You know what I'm saying? You'll have a couple great teams, a couple great sports, and everything else under that is going to be not great at all. You know what I'm saying? Or good. You know what I'm saying? We're like, okay, great. You know what I'm saying? Louisville softball just won another game. Fantastic. You know what I'm saying? But nobody's going to a Louisville softball game. You know what I mean? And so, which I think also hurts money. No, but you know what I'm saying? But in the context of, being a smaller sport.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? NIL, I understand it has to.
T-Rock's on it, though, right?
What's that?
Yeah, I don't pay nobody. You know what
I'm saying? It's just, it's got to be enough money to go around.
Let me ask you this. And on the softball, do you think sometimes it's because, they play, at 2? You know what I'm saying? The time. People be at work.
Yeah.
And you're right, though.
But
But
no question about that.
come on, who's doing that?
Yeah. But here's the thing. If you're good, you play at 6.
Yeah.
You play at 7. You play at 8.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's when you're going to get the most people to come out.
True.
Right now, you're just going through the motions. True.
Yeah. I do think the NIL is it still follows a similar pattern, even in the smaller sport. So Louisville might have a lacrosse team, but our NIL is not going to be Duke lacrosse NIL. Not going to be Johns Hopkins lacrosse NIL.
Right.
Not going to be Maryland lacrosse NIL because they got banners.
Right.
Plural. So
Yeah.
there's tradition, there's championships, there's the alumni, people who have graduated from those programs may have played, there are major leagues for those, even though they don't get a lot of press.
True.
But when they come back, people who are really know sports, they know who those people are. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then it's going to feed into it. It means something to me to invest and keep our program where it's supposed to be. Now I think what's going to happen, in my opinion, is it may slim the number, and then we might see some be able to get their full adjust. So, for example, women's volleyball's on the come up.
Oh, for sure.
People are seeing this this is exciting, selling out the arena of 2,500. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of once those go up and you start playing a 5,000, 10,000 seat, you start getting that noise. You start getting that. Then that's going to naturally feed into that NIL. Start feeding that tradition.
Right.
Start feeding that reputation where you start feeling like we want to win.
Right.
Not that, it's
But
good
you're getting that
I'm
NIL anyway. Anytime you go to a game, you go buy a coat. You know what I'm saying? Round up NIL.
Exactly. And the more people going to the game, the more people rounding up, going from so and so.
I mean, let's be real, and I'll go a different view than probably the first time we had this one. I mean, you think about it. My thing is that it's always going to affect the smaller sports big time NIL, right? But these bigger schools may have these money to share. So the big brand, these smaller sports is going to be okay. It's just when you get into the Nevadas and stuff like that that's not making that money on the football tip, right? They getting $7 million compared to Big Ten getting $60 million. Everybody's not eating, and they're not going to eat. I don't care what they do. You know what I'm saying? Right. Even if they are the one, you know, West Coast, you know, maybe Fresno say something like that. They
Yeah.
softball, baseball, legit and good and all that stuff. How much can you get when you all the other sports is not doing well or can bring in that revenue? So yeah, I'm rich. I mean, yeah, but I just think it looks different when you at the Michigans, the Notre Dames, the the big power dudes, the SEC. Their smaller stuff may be suffering, but it ain't suffering like yours because they got this 60 million over the top, regardless. And they can sprinkle do. They ain't even talking about the other donors and all the other stuff. That's TV money, big time.
Yeah. Let's see how you're saying that now. That was kind of like what I was thinking, something similar to that. But I'm reaching as in how we look at the NIL affects the smaller sports and also slash the smaller schools also. So I'm looking at it as a reach as in, so you got your U of L volleyball team. You know, we doing our thing, this and that, we blasting, got an arena coming out, hosting tournaments and this and that, reaching up the championship. They get theirs. So as in you get NIL at your, not to pick anybody's school, Mary State, something like that, and be like, they got this top volleyball player over there.
Mm-hmm.
She's getting a little, they got a little money. She's getting a little bread here and there to cover her.
She's representing pickpocket.
To cover her, right. So Louisville sees this, so I'm going to pluck this girl and bring her in here. I can throw more NIL at her, give her some more cash, and she's going to see a bigger audience and a bigger fan base.
Yeah.
So now we're affecting, like you said, the bigger schools with the sports, it ain't hurting. But I'm looking at the smaller schools that's not getting as much.
Right.
And then they expect an effect as in like a domino effect, as in they also taking their talent.
Oh,
also.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So that's where the NFL then gets transferred and everything else. And it's a total combined thing like that. So do we just need more money out here, more sponsorship?
You know it's something. You know it's something when you see let's take the number one team to be in Lexington tomorrow. When you see they got a couple of Division II players, so they ain't just going to the Murray and the Eastern.
Right.
They're going down to the Division II. You come on.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Good. You be found.
That dude player of the year.
That's what I was about to say, because there are levels of basketball. Let's use basketball.
Right.
But I'm sure other sports as well, where football is different in that way. One player can't just transform a football team,
right?
But it can transform a basketball team. It can transform a volleyball team. It can transfer. So at the lower level, we can just get him.
That's right.
Ja Morant transformed Murray
Can you
State
imagine if
while he was there. One guy.
Can you imagine if it was like prevalent like when he was there? Lord Jesus. What was it? What was his NIL? Yeah, some of these cats, not gonna mention no names. Kansas, what's that center been on for 17 years? Dickinson.
Yeah.
Getting paid supposedly $2 million. He's not.
He's getting paid, but I don't know if he's earning it.
That's
another topic.
Not at all. But I'm saying, so when you have that kind of talent at that lower level, come on, man. Yeah. It's crazy. It's dope, though.
Let me give love more.
Go ahead, tighten it up before we get that last.
Yeah, bro, we got this.
Before we get that last. We're going to get this stuff like
It looks like you're doing some barley right now,
Well, by you saying barley, so now you make me think. Let's talk about the mash bill of the Mr. and Mrs. right here. The mash bill of it.
Okay.
So, let me check it. We get Ron G. So the mash bill is 64% corn, 24% wheat, and 12% malted barley. So, that being said, I think it's good. It's better than the doctors. I'll tell you, the doctors.
It's way better than mine. I can't even read mine.
When the doctor writes, I'm like, you're a doctor.
Yeah,
so you can write
can.
like
Yeah.
You can write like
That's buffoonery. It's fine. He said it's pretty good.
That's pretty good
All
because my riding chickens can't even read it.
Yeah, I don't even want to mess with mine.
It looked like the scratch, but
I'd be like, we all wrote that. I could
We don't make it look big.
okay, yeah.
Yep.
Let's go.
Okay, hold on. Let me get my notes.
All-time NBA
Yeah,
corner team. Whatever word we can make it look
Yeah.
like. So basically, we're going to let you spearhead this down because I know it's yours, but we're going to talk about it.
Let's talk. Yeah, we're
And
gonna make
talk
it
and make it,
I
make
like
a
it.
team together.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying? Make it. Now, you can have your list,
Right.
you know, but we can like,
Is it current?
You know,
No,
well, it's
no.
all
All
time,
time,
baby.
all
All time. And it's funny because I actually brought this up at work, my guys, and it was running for a while. I mean, people was thinking, like, as in time went on, hey, what about your boy? I didn't think of him. What about you? I'll be damned. I mean, it was going on. People was thinking of, new guys and everything else. And hey, so I was looking at
So
it.
you was
as
giving
in-
away the transcript of the show before the show happened?
Lord
Lord have mercy.
No, it was this question. It was this question. You're stupid. So I was looking at your starting five. Let's go there. That's the trick.
Let's go.
Okay, let's do point guards.
Let's do point guards.
So we start at the point.
Okay.
Okay, we can start at the point.
So the point.
So I
Put
give
yours
you.
in now.
Huh?
Put yours in now.
Who's your point?
Because I got one.
Right. Because we all got.
Yeah, I
Now,
got
we
one.
all get that.
But go ahead. No, but go ahead. You start
I
off.
had two. I'm going neck and neck.
Yeah,
with.
Yeah.
Two of them.
Throw it on the table.
My two. Steve Nash, Tony Parker.
Okay. Okay.
Nash definitely ain't bad.
Yeah.
Parker ain't either. Yeah.
Nash, two-time MVP.
Yeah. Parker championship.
Yeah.
Nasty Nash.
Four-time NBA title. One Finals MVP for Parker. He's 19 all-time assists. Steve Nash is 4th all-time assists.
Tony Parker had better.
And I'm kind of mad. I'm kind of mad
Yeah.
at Steve Nash.
Oh yeah.
Tony Parker had better team and better coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you got
Very
Pop. When you
Yeah,
got Pop,
Pop.
that's totally different.
Yeah, Pop.
I'm kind of personal with Steve Nash because he stole one of Kobe's MVP trophies. That was Kobe.
Yeah.
Kobe did that year.
That was
Could have been.
Now Shaq could have won that one.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Shaq won that one.
Or was it a Shaq?
Yeah, Shaq could have won.
Yeah.
One of them he stole. I think he stole both of them. Sorry, Steve, but still. I mean, keep it honest.
I ain't got no problem. Who would you think?
Still was Steve. If I was saying Steve.
Steve.
But to me, it is, I guess. Point guard?
Yeah.
I can't think of nobody else.
Right.
And Tony,
Not Warren Barton.
but Tony had the prettiest, like the floater.
Yeah.
He would go in there drive. He would get in there paint. He loved to get in there paint.
What's his name? It was tough. I mean, he probably didn't get a lot of notoriety and things like that. Marcelonis.
Oh.
He was cold. He was cold.
What? Yeah, he was.
He was cold.
He was.
Yeah, but he didn't get obviously not the notoriety these other guys got.
Right.
People
Yeah.
hated Gardner.
Man, didn't they?
Yeah.
They hated Gardner.
Yeah.
All right.
I might. I don't know. I think I might have to lean with Nash.
That's what I'm talking
I
about.
think
Nash on
MVP.
Okay.
Two
Nash.
of them. Parker. I mean, that's what would Nash look like if he played with Timmy?
They'd have got them five, them same five. They'd have got them.
Yeah,
They'd have got them
You
same
know what I'm
five.
saying? Like he didn't.
They had four.
Oh, four. He had
Tony Parker had four.
Tony had, but
Yeah, but I'm just saying if he
didn't get the
played,
first one.
you know what I'm saying? If he
Oh,
would
okay.
play,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So it's like, what would that look like, right?
Yeah, that would have been kind of sick.
You know.
Yeah.
What about that?
Steve
Steve. Yeah, pussy up Steve.
Nash. Shooting guard.
Shooting
What
guard.
you got, man? What you got?
You know what's NBA Lakers, baby? I mean, Luka.
Well, he got two. I'm not giving him two.
I'm giving him the 2 spot.
He's three.
He's three.
I'm not giving him because
He's
I
point
got
forward.
a guy for the 3 spot.
He's a point forward.
If it's a two, it's more along the lines of like the other.
Stojakovic.
Djokovic.
Stojakovic,
And, Manu.
Manu.
Manu was a two.
Manu
Yeah,
too.
that's
I
what I
look
was
at Luka.
thinking
Stojakovic was a bad boy.
Now I'm gonna tell you
the dude who died. Who's the
Drazen
That's
Petrovic.
Drazen.
He's probably the coldest of all of them.
Yeah.
He's the coldest.
Knockdown shooter.
Yes.
Without a car accident, we're
Yeah, I
not
get
even
it.
having this conversation. We wrote his name down and moved on to
Right
number
here,
three.
right here. Yeah, that was my backup. That was my backup.
We'd have
three.
moved
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
I had him in 3.
Yeah, Drazen is probably.
I had Drazen.
That dude, yeah, he was filthy.
He's tough.
I had Lucas too.
Yeah, he's tough.
And Luke I had with Manu and Stojakovic. Back in the day, Stojakovic.
Yeah, so I can bet your mind for me.
Yeah. I gotta say that only because Drazen's career was cut short.
Yes.
Yeah,
But I'm
That's the only reason I can go. I'm with it. The Pager was tough too.
He looked tough.
Yeah. He had a shot.
Plus, he was
Sacramento.
6'9".
Yeah.
Man, couldn't block it. Couldn't block it.
He didn't have too much defense, but he had shoot.
Yeah, but a lot of them didn't.
Yeah.
A lot of them didn't. So who we going with? You?
Oh, I mean,
I know you got.
I'm just saying.
I'm a mama guy.
I can go with mine. I can see it.
Is it 2?
I can see it.
It's hard. It's still.
It's a hard one though.
Because I still have.
It's a hard one.
Because my 3's a whole, I mean, he's like,
But come on, we had it.
My knees
Small
melt.
forward.
yeah, Dirk. Take it, Dirk.
So you because you putting Giannis at the 4.
Yes,
So
I am.
People
I got Giannis in the 4 right there.
I'm sitting there like,
Dirk get the 3.
Yeah,
I'm like, Dirk was the definition of a stretch 4.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
He
still
started it.
But I'm just saying.
Dirk and Giannis is together.
Yeah, you know.
That's a topic we gonna have to talk about.
Yeah.
No. We're talking about the 4.
I feel what you're
the
saying.
stretch
So then I had to choose which one that I wanted the 3 because
Who'd you have the backup of Dirk?
Dirk back up at Dirk. I had Petrovic, Drazen.
I would say Hito Turkoglu.
Woo!
He's good.
Yeah, Turk.
He's good.
But he ain't gonna be starting over me.
Oh, hold on. Back up. Let's back up real quick. Let's go back to the 2 ball. Can we go back to the 2 ball?
All right. Right. What's up?
Shay.
Yeah,
Shay.
it is true. And I was thinking
Canadian.
about that. Because at first I was
Drink on that one.
yeah.
Shay.
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 Because I did say this earlier, and I was like, then I want to try to count it because really I don't want
We have to.
You have to. You
Because
got
Steve Nash.
Steve
Yeah.
Nash. That's true. But at first that's why I had Tony Parker in.
Yeah.
But then the thing is, then I didn't want to count. I was looking down, and then I want to count the U.S. Virgin Islands, and that's Timmy D. Because Timmy D would be, I mean, that's big
Well, that's
fundamental.
part of the United
Right.
States.
Yeah, that don't count.
And Canada is
Yeah.
so
I'm saying
there.
Shay.
Yeah, is.
Well,
yeah.
2.
Yeah, for the 2.
Yeah.
He's better than him. He's better than mine. He's better.
Scratch.
But I'm still I'm putting Luke as a 6th man somewhere.
But we ain't finished now.
I know it, but where's he going to be
You
at?
can move him at the 3. Yeah.
Luka's a 3.
He really at 3, bro. He
He's
really at 3, bro.
But he's playing so great in LA tonight when we take down the Clippers.
No.
Tonight.
Do you want to get him? I get him. You got him. You got him. Dude was done with the Lakers because of LBJ and his son games. I'm not supporting it. I'm done with them. I'm done with that.
Y'all see a 77 on my shirt? Oh, it's green, so y'all ain't gonna see it right there. Yeah, it's green.
It's tattooed on his chest.
Dennis Rodman. All right,
Alright.
3. The 3. Where we going?
That's Luka.
That's Luka.
Luka.
Luka for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Luka.
So we put
Alright.
Luka at 3.
Now that 4.
So
Here it
that
is.
4.
Now this is Giannis.
Giannis.
Dirk.
Dirk.
Wemby.
I say you can't put
Can't give it, man.
I
I
know.
can't give it to him.
Hell,
Not
he,
yet.
he can be a 4 out of 5. I mean, even though we
Yeah.
go.
When we need time.
No. I'm not saying that he doesn't. I'm
Oh.
just saying
But I like, but he's in the discussion.
Yeah.
He,
Okay.
he's on
Yeah.
the tip. He's
I mean,
right
you give
there.
him some years. Yeah.
He's right there.
Paul
But-
Gasol. Paul Gasol.
Not with
Gasol's honorable
not
mention.
with Dirk.
He's honorable mention.
But
You
not-
see what that says right there?
Gasol.
Oh yeah,
H.L.
yeah.
He's honorable.
Yeah, but I'm saying not with Dirk.
I mean,
and
not
Giannis.
with Dirk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not.
But see, that's why I had both of them start. I had one small,
Yeah,
one
I
big.
got you.
If we're going for, I would probably say Dirk.
Dirk.
Dirk was. I mean,
Because as good as Giannis is, he don't have the all around game.
yeah, and
He tries, but he got the ball in his hand.
And the thing
He
is,
can't do it.
when you're a man with your own symbol, your own icon symbol, yeah, you get that.
Step back,
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he told LeBron to sit down.
Yeah,
Sit down now. This is not y'all.
yeah, in another language.
Ooh,
Tell
now
me
this is
that.
gonna be fun.
Oh, I get it.
Center.
I get
Do
it right
you?
here. Yes.
Do you?
Yes.
Who you got?
I don't even tell me. The dream.
The
That-
dream.
it's the
The
dream.
king.
It has to be
Yes,
the dream.
It has to.
It has to be the
Yes.
dream. You know what I mean? It has to be the
Most
dream.
definitely. I was like,
If you said George Murray, we would have kicked you right out.
I say
the dream. The dream. That man is first
Yeah,
number one in
yeah.
blocks.
Yeah.
bro.
Number one in blocks.
Yeah, he's different.
Ninth in steal. Ninth in steals.
And they said
The man is ninth
Vernon Maxwell said
all-time
he
in
smacked
steals.
fire out of him
Yeah,
at
yeah.
halftime.
Man.
Yeah, they said it like he rubbed his hands on the ground.
Yeah, got that good beat.
Ninth in steals. I still
But
think it's crazy.
who's honorable mention?
He's 12th in points.
Honorable
Honorable mention
mention.
is the Joker.
Joe?
Joker,
Sabonis?
Sabonis,
Hell, and really,
Joker.
the Kennedy.
Dikembe.
Hell, you could have you really Joker really put them at the 4. Like he could slide down to that because his offensive game is ridiculous.
That was
It makes no
if we
sense.
was really getting technical, we would have had to make this like, do we want to do a
First,
old
second.
school traditional five,
Yeah.
starting five? Because now the position is more of a positionless game.
Right,
You know
right,
what
so
I'm saying?
different.
Right.
Now it's
I
funny
would
how you
put it.
said it because I'm sitting there, like I said, at work and talking about it, and then you got the different generations and the age, so they're gonna take different people. Is it when I was mentioning that, I'm like, bro,
You tell him to go to YouTube.
I said the king, simple as that. It was like,
Yeah.
oh, Kim Olajuwon.
Yeah.
I said nobody. Kim come there, nobody.
I done been
mess with
seeing
He's
him.
training the young cats now.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That man, like I said, ninth in steals, 12th in points,
Bad
14th in rebounds,
Bad
two NBA titles,
Bad
2
boy.
final MVPs, 1 season MVP, 6-time first team NBA, 2-time defensive player of the year.
I'm gonna be honest with you. He's the reason, and I know this is not a Jordan versus whoever debate, but when a lot of people think about it, Mike had retired, he'd have got 8 of them. I'm like, but if they'd have played Houston,
Been tough.
because
Been
I'm
tough.
still like
Been
nobody
tough.
was going to check Elijah.
Yeah. But the
He was gonna have
the only
40 and
problem
15
is only
the whole series.
only problem is Jordan had 50 and
Oh, he'd have got it.
because
Because Kennedy would have been
Kenny
dead.
came
Yeah,
down.
Kennedy would have been dead long
yeah,
time.
yeah,
ago.
Vernon been trying to fight him.
Yeah.
Vernon been trying to fight him, though, gang.
and then
Yeah.
on there, you know
Yeah,
they're gonna let him
been
blow on
boxing.
him.
I'll be back game
They're
for
gonna let him blow on
real.
him. Let him blow. Get out of here. But
Yeah.
the problem is you didn't have Rodman in there.
Yeah,
'cause he didn't
Rodman,
join
yeah.
them.
Yeah,
So you had to deal with Horace and all that. So yeah. If
It'd
they at
been
least
tough.
got one of them. They at
Yeah,
least
it'd
got
have
one
been
of them.
tough.
Yeah. It'd be
It'd
like
been
back
tough.
in the 80s type stuff. Yeah, it'd be tough. So we're talking about Steve, Shea, Luka, Dirk, and the Dream.
Squad, right?
That's a nice old team right there, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's
A lot of points, a lot of points out there. Need about 3 or 4 basketball.
lot.
Yeah.
Don, any tips, anything you want to do before we wrap this up, my brother?
What did I have something else? I mean,
Let the people know how else they could drink this besides me.
I mean, you're gonna drink it, like I said, on the rocks, of course. And I suggest, if anything, to be with the big cube, the ice cube. Then, even if you don't have that, you'll get like I said, you're gonna have this warm. So when you pour it into your glass and you let the ice, like even just one simple ice cube, put it in there, and give it some time, maybe a couple minutes, and let it start melting a little bit. And then as the water dissolves in there, then you'll get a whole different little taste about it. You might get not that strong hug or whatever else. You might not be one for the high proof, but at the same time, it's going to still be smooth with just a little ice as in the milk, and that water lingers in there.
But to that point too, whenever you go,
Wait,
whenever
wait.
I saw it. I go get it. I go get it. I saw it when he did it. It's your time now. It's your time.
Time out. I mean, I didn't know if I was going to
It's
put
your time.
X rated. I thought it was a porn star.
It's your time.
Dude was in that glass like he felt her. You know what I'm saying? Like he was man. It kind of made me kind of awkward a little bit. Just a little bit. I don't know. Just a little bit. Just gonna say a little bit. But I love it. I love it. This is passion. This is why we do this show. Go ahead, Rob. What you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say the thing about the overproof is, one thing I would say that true bourbon drinkers, that's what you put a little bit of ice in there, but it still retains the intensity of the flavor.
Right.
A lot of times with the 40%, whatever, that's already watered down significantly from barrel strength, and then you put ice in it again. By the time you get to the bottom, you're just trying to finish it and get it out the way so you can get some more fresh and get the taste back. So the overproof, you get to enjoy it a little bit more.
Gotcha. Yeah. All right, guys.
Oh, my bad. Well, I'm just going to tell you, if this bottle right here, you can get this around $75 a bottle.
Okay. Or you can, like I said, you might find somebody who sold it at the liquor store in the West. You might get it for $35. I don't know. Or if you find that one guy, Magic Mike, might get it for $20. I don't know. But would you say something? No? Okay. Hey, I want to say this. Thank you guys for joining us. Bourbon with a Splash of Sports. We'll be, like I said, doing this twice a month, bringing it to you guys. Something different. We want to, hit. We have so many shows on 54 Sports Network. This right here is for the grown folks. You know what I'm saying? Talk about bourbon, talk about some sports topics and things that that you care about. Administrative work, and also still like who's the greatest of all times, who this kind of stuff. So we definitely keep it on there. These guys right here, they know they bourbon, they know they sports. So I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. But y'all know how we do on 54 Sports Network. So, T-Rock, what you leaving the people with?
Everybody have a fantastic weekend. I know I will. And
Damn. Ron G, what you leaving the people with?
Oh man, everybody have a good time this weekend. I gotta say go Cards.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
The one and only. The Don did I.
Leave him with that drink.
I like to tell everybody,
Leave him with that pose.
Hey,
just go out with him like it.
we're going to better get serious for a second. Just for a quick second. All right. Hey, never be afraid to start again. Restart is always better than regret.
Love it.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, that's what he does. That's what he does. Hold on.
I got you next show. I got you.
I want to thank everybody for support what you do for 54 Sports Network. Like I said, try to bring many different things your way. Today we also had the Bird's Eye View at 6, so make sure you check that out. That's dope. Everything, Louisville Cardinals. And also, hey, shout out to Russ Smith. Definitely wanted to make sure we taste it and see what's going on. Got a great product right here. And just thank you guys so much for just believing. Things different. Everything's good. We do good here. We rock and roll.
You know what?
Go ahead, bro.
Since we're going to get inspiration, I'm going to leave with one right quick before we get out. You mind?
Go ahead.
All right. Look, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always be what you always be. Amen. So don't be afraid to do something different, man.
Oh, shit. Came back.
Hey, right. Just
throw
the money. Let's throw it out.
Throw all that stuff out there. It is out there. On that note, we out of here, guys. God bless. Peace out.
Hey.
Y'all be good.